Here we go. See if I can get through this. The Machias Bay Area Chamber of Commerce honors as the 2015 Business of the Year a business that has not even operated in the past 10 months. The Machias Chamber salutes Helen's Restaurant, a landmark in this community and business that was completely destroyed by fire at 2 a.m. last July 11th. A moment in time I'm sure many people here remember very well. Before the embers had even cooled, through their tears and many of ours, David and Julie Barker pledged to rebuild. The community rallied in a united and amazing effort to raise funds for the more than 50 employees who were displaced. Looking across the street tonight, the resurrected restaurant is nearly ready to open, adding a new chapter to its 65-year history. Helen's Restaurant opened for business. Seems like it likes my right hand better. Helen's Restaurant opened for business on Main Street in Machias in 1950. Helen and Larry McKnight, along with Larry's brother Julian and sister Esther, ran the restaurant, building the reputation of great homemade food. 1976, Bob and Joan Carter purchased Helen's, with Larry staying on board to help during the transition. In 1983, the restaurant moved to its current location on the Machias River. The Carters built the Machias Motor Inn next door in 1988 and sold the restaurant to Joan's sister Judy and her husband Gary Hanscom. Judy and Gary decided to retire, selling to son David and his wife Julie in 2008. David and Julie first worked for the Carters on Main Street at the original Helen's location, which I'm sure many of you remember, in 1981, and then to the present site before marrying and moving to the Netherlands in 1986 with the Air Force. Upon their return to Machias, Julie went back to Helen's as a waitress and private caterer, and David as Helen's manager. In 2005, they purchased the Shoppy Dairy and opened the inn at Shoppy Farm. Helen's has earned its rightful place as a home away from home for both locals and those from away. David and Julie have always been the first to respond when community collections or donations are needed. Helen's was and will be again a place to celebrate birthdays, promotions, homecomings, and milestones. It is a place where community leaders gather to make long-lasting decisions, where business leaders meet and plan new growth, where countless local teenagers have earned their first paycheck. Because of their indomitable spirit and dedication to rebuilding this landmark and continuing this distinguished history, Helen's Restaurant is named the Machias Bay Chamber of Commerce 2015 Business of the Year.
We've had a few over the last few months, but just a complete thank you to everybody. The community support for our employees and for us has been so overwhelming. Sorry. Helen says that's what we know. We were young kids when we started working at Helen. Fell in love in the kitchen at Helen. So that's where we want to be. That's where our heart is. So we just look forward to welcoming you all back. And like I said, the community support, and if we tried to thank everybody, we would forget somebody for sure. But the different businesses that have raised funds, they've taken time to go do different things, and just to know that, I don't know if anybody, I'm sure you've seen this paper, but that the community raised $55,000 for our employees to sustain them during this time. doesn't bring tears, I don't know what does. That's just, you know, people say all the time, I want to move out of Machias, small town this, small town that. But when you go through something like we did, and the community rallies behind you, it means a lot. And that's where we want to stay. Woo!